Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing Conan. Now, just note ahead of time, this does contain mature content. So, I don't know how prevalent that is, because I haven't unboxed it yet, but I guess we will find out. So, I actually got this, plus the Nordheim expansion, so let's take a look. Alright, so going into here, this was actually a fantastic deal. So Miniature Market was having a back to school sale, and I got this on the cheap. I mean, they're all out now, but it was a crazy, crazy good deal. So I'm glad I was finally able to get this. I missed out on the Kickstarter, sadly. I think Monolith teased that they are going to have more Conan stuff in the future. But I know they also have more Mythic Battles Pantheon in the future, so not quite sure how that's going to work. I think Mythic Battles Pantheon may be in the winter, and then perhaps first thing, Q1 2019 is more Conan. Not sure. This is a huge, huge box, though. I mean, this is impressive. All right, and there we are. All right, let's open it up. Clean up a little bit. Don't want to stab myself. Alright. Come on. Let's get it. Oh, super tight fit. Let's go. There we are. Alright. Set that to the side. And we have the Overlords book right away. Very cool. So this is going to be all of the bad guys. We'll be looking into here. Very nice. Looks like they have a lot of reading to do. A lot of text. These look to be scenarios, perhaps? Yeah, by the looks of it. Tells you kind of how to set everything up. That's exciting there. Don't want to spoil too much then. After that, we have the Heroes book. As you can see, the mature content is there and is present. This is what I assume is the rule book. Is the Heroes book. Now, see, I do kind of wish they just called it the rule book, but I guess this is probably just has to do with the heroes and not the enemies. So there is kind of that. Look at that really good art, though. I must say, I'm impressed with that. Very cool. After that, we have, just kind of slide a few out here. Here's Conan anyway. So it looks like this is their character card, right? So you have kind of the, I forget what's used here, but you have to kind of move it in depending on what you're doing here. You have to spend it to do actions. And I don't know if there is a difference. I'm not sure. After that, let's take this off here. So let's see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 character cards. English on the other side. So then we have attack skills, movement skills. Let me flip all of these over. Oh, I wonder if that's the difference. Maybe they're English, non-English. Not sure. And defense magic skills, so got all that. Got some tracker here. Not sure what that's all about. Moving on. Let's see what else we have here. We got custom dice. Always nice to have custom dice. Very interesting how they're situated. This is what you spend. This is kind of what I talked about, where you have these little jewels that you have to spend for actions. Got a whole bunch of zombicide kind of sized cards here by the looks of it. Not gonna bother opening those. And what looks like to be a mini there, and probably minis in here. Anything underneath? Ah, yes, lots underneath. Underneath, we got a whole bunch of... Oh, let's do the minis last. Let's move these guys over. Move this. And here are all the, kind of the character cards that you need to use. And let's punch one out. Very nicely punched out. That was amazing. That no kind of hard parts there at all. Very nice. So let's do another one. Yep. Punches out nicely. Then we have barricades and other cards like that. Set that down here. last, we have their board. And I'm not going to be able to fit all this in camera. It looks like they have 2 double-sided boards, but as you can see, very nice quality here. I dig it. Looks good. Great art. Fit that in right. Okay. Alright, so let's move aside that and get into the miniatures. Alright, let's get to the miniatures. That's what you're after, right? At the end of this, I'm going to put some that I find particularly interesting on the kind of Lazy Susan turnaround thing. And so you can see them super nice and up close. This is just going to kind of be me looking at the general size and quality that I see here currently. So this guy's actually separate, probably because he's so big. And I must say, that is quite impressive. The texture here is really nice. And I hate paintings, things that are spiraled out. He's kind of flayed out in a way that I like. There is some gap here where they glued it. You'll have to fill that in with some green stuff or some kind of filament there. But otherwise, really impressed. Inside of that mouth is awesome. He'll look great painted up. I'm excited for that one. That one's cool. Let me see if I can put him back in. How'd he go? Just like that? There we go. See? Easy. All right. Let's get into the big one here. Oh, there's a lot of miniatures in this. I hit everything here. It's so long. It keeps coming. All right. There you are. So these are the heroes. You can see they are kind of a different gray, which is kind of nice. Well styled and detailed. I'm pretty impressed here. Let me look at one that's more intricate. Yeah, let me get in here. Yeah, it's got good detail. They're nice. I like that. They all got some actual realistic poses, which are nice. These are some of the enemies. Again, quite well detailed here. Looks like these are all the same sculpt. These are the same sculpt here. You get these kind of hyenas by the looks of it. You get this dude. Oh man, he's nasty. He's got some problems. Got this like bat dude here. That's a cool looking enemy. That's pretty unique. Very smart on how to make him seem raised and just those little rocks there to keep him grounded, which is really nice. Yeah, these will look great painted up. Painted up, they'll have a lot more personality to them. I'm not seeing anything bent either, unlike these swords. I mean, they're scimitars, supposed to be bent, but none are like flayed out the wrong way or anything like that. So far, so good. This here looks maybe a little bent. Right there. But not too bad. I've seen a lot worse from a lot less. Alright, so then down here, we got the rings. These are pretty standard now. And it looks like we have the enemy board. This is where, I'm not even going to bother opening up, but your cards would go here. It's like the river. This is where you put all your different things. It's textured. That'd be kind of cool to dry brush. I might paint that. That looks cool. Because it looks like it's supposed to be kind of like a stone. Just kind of neat. Alright, looks like these are probably allies because they're the same color. Again, fantastic detail on all this. They paint up really well. And we got some more enemies here. They're cool. I dig them. Looks like, so, again, lots of repeats. So, 1 unique sculpt, 2 unique sculpt, three different sculpts here. Or, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta have these archers. That's a unique pose for an archer, because they're not really actually firing. I normally prefer them firing. However, if they're not going to be firing, I don't mind them walking, I suppose. That's alright. Okay, alright, let's get into the expansion, and then we'll get a close-up of all the miniatures together. Alright, next up is the Nordheim expansion. This is kind of the Norse mythology version of Conan. This is one of 3 big expansions like this, and they are huge. This is bigger than my Blood Rage box. Not quite as thick, but pretty close. This is essentially the size of a board game. It's actually quite large. So I'm excited to open it up and see what all it is. I think part of the reason it's so big, besides the fact that I believe it has like 24 miniatures or something like that in there, is it has the board game tiles. Like, it has new big maps and stuff to it. So, and it's got the scenarios, and it's got a whole lot of content. So, and in fact, from what I've heard or read, the core game, if you don't go online, I hear they have more, but offline, like just in the box, maybe isn't the biggest when it comes to like the actual scenarios. And so adding any more is certainly better, right? And you can't go wrong with anything Norse in my book either. So take that off, and we are welcomed with, again, looks like this time you get 2 different ones, depending on whether you want English or not. I do, so I'm going to set this one aside and go to the English. This is their, again, new scenario book. Great art, by the way. I am always impressed with that. So again, you get the full art here. Very impressive. It's got 2 different maps, which I'll talk about the maps in a second here. You get a new player character, so that's always nice. So you can now play as this crazy dude, which is I'm okay with. You get the again the same activation tiles as always. Putting that to the side as well. Here are the maps, right? It looks like there's just one front and back. And again, they are huge. This is half of it. So again, very big and very good quality. And there's the other one down here. What I liked about this, while I think it looks more boring, gameplay wise, I bet it's really good, because this is kind of, you can view this as kind of the topography, right? They have these little symbols here, I'm assuming for like line of sight and whatnot. Anyway, it's kind of like a King of the Hill thing by the looks of it here, which I thought was very interesting and very neat. And then you have this one, which is just kind of broken up in these little smatterings. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then after that, you get into the miniatures. So let's do what I always do and zoom in on it. Okay. Alright, so let's get into these miniatures. Not quite as long of a box, but a little bit wider here. Looks like only one tray. Alright. Now, included in here looks like some more equipment cards. I imagine a lot of them are maybe scenario specific, or at least they're more fitting into the theme there. And then here is your hero, the new hero guy. I love his pose. Again, straight swords, very impressed. I'm assuming this is ABS plastic, so this is kind of a much harder plastic. Monolith is really good about doing that. Great detail. The texture on here is really deep. I'm impressed. It'll look great with a wash. So that's exciting. I'm assuming these are some kind of allies of some kind. So good, we're not going in kind of alone here. Man, those spikes are bad. And of course you have the bad guys with the horns. That'll will be fun. These guys will be a lot of fun to paint. I like these. These last few are what I really got this for. So these birds, what a fantastic sculpt. So it's attached by the tail here, and then they're just kind of flying every which way. This one's kind of swooping in that way versus all the others, which are up, to kind of break it up a little bit. Love it. That's great. And you get these 2 huge guys, which are awesome. I'm assuming they're like mountain giant kind of dudes, but just they're like bellowing, and look at the detail here on the axe and the hair, the ropes. Just what a cool mini. Those are awesome. And you get this lady who apparently is not very nice, my understanding. So that's it for the miniatures here. Let's go into the final miniature view, and really that's it for the unboxing. Thanks for watching. Oh, and I will be painting, obviously, quite a few of these. Excited to kind of play the game. Expect a review up soon, and that'll help you be informed of whether or not you want to buy this, either retail or possibly wait for a Kickstarter.